then at the end, it'd be great if everyone could like share their screen and like show the website that you made. And then always ask questions if you're confused on anything or just like want to learn more. I would love to answer any questions you guys have. So a little bit about me. I'm a junior at AMSA Charter School, and I'm really interested in computer science research, application development, and competitive programming as well. And I'm also a director at Metro Hacks, which is another hackathon organization. So I'm really interested in like teaching people what I know and obviously always learning more from others. So today, these are the things that I'm hoping to cover. So first, I want to start with an introduction of what HTML is. Then I would like everyone to download a text editor that they could use to build their own website. Then we're going to be talking about like the basic tags that you use in HTML and comments. And then we're and coloring of your elements. Then we're going to be talking about like formatting your page, like dividing your page into sections for easy readability. We're going to be talking about putting links, images, and videos into your web pages because that obviously makes your web page much more interesting to see. We're going to be then talking about just adding lists. And lastly, the demo. So seeing everybody's website that they've built so far. Any questions or good? So first, the first topic is what exactly is HTML? So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's the scripting language for building websites. So even most people build their websites with HTML. There are new frameworks now, such as building your site with Wix or these other platforms. But the end of the day, once you like take everything built in Wix, it goes down into HTML. So every website that you see, whether it was built with like a certain framework or anything, it boils down into HTML. So now I want to talk about how we actually build HTML web pages. So HTML web pages are built in a text file and they end with like the .html file ending. So you can build websites through any text editor. So that could literally be like Notepad if you're on Windows, but usually it's better to use some sort of IDE to get like nice syntax coloring and helping you with like code completion. So if everyone could go and download Atom, it's a lightweight text editor that's really good for editing HTML documents, that would be great. So I'll give everyone like a couple minutes to do that so you guys can follow along later. I can post a link in the chat as well. Okay, how do I know if everyone's done this or?
If everyone, like once you're done, maybe you can just tell us and we can keep count.
So actually, you guys are not able to unmute just for safety precautions. But you guys, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you can see reactions and you can give a thumbs up. You can also just do a thumbs up on the screen if you're on your camera. Those are two ways to do it. And yeah. And raise your hand if you have a question. There's also a raise hand button so that Sruthi can see you and unmute you.
Oh yeah, somebody asked if like on the computer or a phone. So if you could get it on your computer, that would be much easier to work with. And then somebody said they were having problems with the weather. That's completely fine. You can just use like the notepad on your computer. It'll work just as well. It just might be a little bit difficult to like see through different elements if you have like a lot going on. But since we're going to be building like basic websites, it shouldn't be any issue today. Yeah, that's definitely fine, Zoe. That's cool too. So I think everyone has something.
Shruti, it seems like Gianna has her hand raised.
Oh, okay.
Do you maybe want to unmute her or?
Let's see. How do I do this?
Or maybe looks like we got it.
So my computer is saying that like I can't download it. Not sure what to do.
What type of computer are you on? Hang on, sorry. What type of computer are you on, Gianna?
School Chromebook.
Okay. Yeah, Chromebooks don't work for downloading.
Maybe you should like give her a tip.
You could, I guess you could just use like, is there any like notepad on your Chromebook, something like that you could just use?
What?
Is there like any sort of notepad that you could use directly on your computer?
Well, I could like make a Google Doc.
I don't know if that would work.
Would an online text editor work, or does it have to be something you have to download?
I'm sure there's probably a couple of like online things that you could use. Maybe like, I know there's like a demo section if you go on W3 Schools where you can just like type in and then it'll show you the result on the side. Like if anyone doesn't have Atom on their computer, they could definitely use that.
Yeah, another thing I would recommend is also repl.it. It's REPL.it. That's an online text editor if you're unable to download.
I'm not sure if you could see like the website in its full effect, but it's better than nothing.
Well, it's like it downloaded, but it's like in a file or something. Like this file is not supported, blah, 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 blah. So, not sure what to do.
Does somebody want to provide like the repl.it link in the chat? And that would be helpful.
Wait, actually, no, I'm not co-host. So somebody who's co-host can do that because I can't.
Yeah, I can do that. So I think just like use one of those websites.
Yes, Notepad++ will work perfectly. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, if you're still looking for options, there's this Chromebook web editor called Kurada, and you can just download it from the Chrome store. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay, thank you.
I have someone else who's asking questions, so I'm just gonna unmute them.
Okay, so I downloaded it and it says like open a project, but how do I don't know how to like do it.
Okay, let me just like open my Atom and hopefully I can figure that out. if you press like open a project, is there like a new button on the top where you can press like new file?
I press open a project and then I go to like folders on my computer.
So if you right click on like a folder that you want to work with,
Yeah.
is there a new file option?
Um, it just shows like the options for the folder. It doesn't show like, do I select a folder?
Yeah, I think you need to
Okay.
select a folder.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. Did it work?
Um, wait. It worked for like 1 second, then it disappeared.
Huh,
Kind
okay.
of,
That's interesting.
yeah.
I mean, if it's okay, just so we get like a little bit further in this workshop, if you could just use like Notepad or something
All
else
right.
in the
Yeah.
meanwhile, that way we can like at least start, explaining things.
Yeah. Sure.
To make things easier after the workshop, we can send you a link to the Atom thing and probably give you directions on how to download it so that
Okay.
you can practice after.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna continue if there's no like pressing issues. Okay.
Does everyone have something, downloaded or open? Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Okay. Okay, so the how HTML works is that you use tags in your HTML file, and these tags could be the different elements that you add in your page is a different type of tag. So I'm going to go through today like the basic tags that you can use to style your web page. So the first part of your page is like the head tag. And this is where you would put like the title of your web page. So obviously any site that you've seen online, there is a title in like the top, when you go to your browser, in the tab, there's like a title there. So that's what this title actually stands for on your website. So yeah, if you put an open bracket title and then put any string that you want and then close bracket title, then there you will have a title on your website. And one other thing that's really important to explain is that what's it called? These brackets in HTML, you usually have an opening bracket and a closing bracket, and you usually have a string in the middle, which would be seen on your website. So that's the general style of HTML. There are other bracketed tags that only have a single tag, but I'll go over those later and make sure that those are clear. But most of the tags are this type of format. So if everyone just wants to type this into their text editor and then run it, or like open up their HTML file in the browser, you should be able to see a blank website with a title on your navigation, on your like bar on the top of your browser. So if anyone wants to try that out. And it's really important to have a title on your website because it's important for search engine optimization, or SEO, which means that when you actually put your website on a browser that's able to be like indexed by, for example, Google, they need to be able to find your site. So for example, when I search up something, like let's say dogs, if somebody has like dogs in their title of their website, that's obviously more likely to show up if I type dogs into my search engine. So that's a good reason to have like a title for your website. And then in general, like obviously you want people to know what it is. So has anyone tried that out and been successful?
Shruti, one thing you can do is just like share another screen showing the Atom.
Okay, yeah, that might be helpful.
So I'm getting some questions like how to start a new project.
Okay. Yeah, my computer's like being weird. Like it's not letting me open anything else. Here. Okay, it actually worked now. Let me just make sure to share my entire screen. Wait, so everyone can see my Atom screen as well? Yep, okay, cool. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is on the bottom where it says plain text, change this to HTML so it actually like highlights everything properly. And then you're gonna wanna save the actual file as well. I'll just put it in my downloads folder, I guess. And then you can call it main.html or anything.html will make it an HTML file. Okay. So so this is the title tag just talked about. Oh. So let's just say my first website, and then I save this. And then what I'm going to do is I can find this file in my computer and then press open with, and then the browser that I'm using. Okay, let's try Google. Okay, awesome. So I don't know if everyone can see, but on the top right here, it says my first website. So that's where the title would appear. Okay, so was anyone able to follow that and get that working? Okay. Okay, so then the next tag I want to talk about is the meta tag. And the meta tag helps describe what's actually on your web page. So that could be like a description. And it also helps with the browser to help find your website. And all of these tags do not appear on your page. So you're not going to actually see them in the page, but Google uses them to describe what your page is. So it's very, very useful.
Does anyone have questions on like how to open it on their browser? Because I saw a couple like no's, so just wanted to make sure that everyone's good.
Okay, I just unmuted someone who had a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not sure because I just downloaded Atom and like I just don't I don't know how to like open a project. It has like a box that says open a project, but then it just goes to my like files and I don't have like a new file that I can do, I don't think. I don't know.
Do you see like this like file option right here that says like new file?
Oh yes. Okay, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, we have one more question.
Wait, so I'm using Carrot and I'm not sure how to put it on Chrome yet. I have like the text, but I'm not sure about anything else.
So I think that's definitely gonna have a different process since you're on a Chromebook. I've also never used it. I just recently found about it. So I can try and help you with that, but it's gonna take some time. So for now, Shruthi,
Okay.
One more question.
One more question? Okay.
Hi, I think I kind of have the same problem with him. I'm on Carrot and I can't figure out like how to highlight it, and I'm also on a Chromebook, so I think we have kind of the same problem. Also, I'm just like totally copying like the code right there. Is that okay? Because I'm not sure what to write.
Yeah, that's completely fine. I tried to make like code that you could easily copy. So yeah, that's cool. If you have any questions about like what it is, then please feel free to ask though. Like I don't want anybody to just be like copying it and not knowing at all what it means.
What is the head thing?
Okay, so the head is basically it's basically dividing your website. So anything within the head tag is not going to be seen on your website, but it's like important information that shows up elsewhere. So for example, the title shows up in like the tab, but it doesn't show up in the main like frame of your website. Or the other tags, such as the meta tag that says like what type of characters that you're using. Again, it doesn't show up in the actual website, but it gives important information to the browser to show how to display it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So the meta content type basically describes the type of characters that you're using. So for most of your projects, you're probably going to be using UTF-8, which is like the most common character set. Like maybe some other like weird characters that you're using on your website might be a different character set, but unless you're doing something like really out of the ordinary, UTF-8 should work perfectly. So I'm just going to copy this line and then it'll show up the exact same way. There shouldn't be any difference because it's in the head tag again. So all I need to do is reload the page and see like nothing changed within the actual website. It's still like a white blank canvas. Okay. And then another tag that's also called a meta tag describes the description of what your website actually is. So for example, for the Newton Hacks website, their description included what Newton Hacks is. So like an online hackathon for middle and high school students that are beginner programmers. So you can provide this information in another meta tag that describes to the browser what your website is. And again, this goes into the head tag because it's not actually displayed on your site. So I can reload the page again. And again, no difference. So does like everyone understand what these 3 different tags we use so far? Yes. Okay. Then lastly, I don't know if you guys have seen any websites that do not scale well on mobile. So maybe you open them in your desktop browser, they look beautiful, and then you go to open them on your like phone and you can't click the links, or maybe like the button's like off the screen or something like that. And it's honestly very difficult to use any site that's not optimized for mobile. So an important tag to make sure that you can actually view your site on mobile is the viewport tag. So again, this goes in the head because it's information for your site, but this will allow you to scale your site to different platforms. So that could be tablet, desktop, phone, any other device that has like a different width than you might expect. So now we're going to talk about the actual tags that you'd use on your site that you would see on your page. So this is the body tag, and everything inside the tag will be visible on your web page. And within the body tag, you can add any of the different elements you see on websites. So that could be text, headers, links, images, or videos, or anything else that you have seen on a website that you would put in the body tag. So again, how you make a body tag is you type body, and then you do backslash, and then body. So this is, again, the general style of how you'd write anything in HTML. So you make an opening tag and a closing tag. And your closing tag will always have a / right before it. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about the body tag, or was it clear? Good, okay. So the next tag, we're actually gonna finally put some content on our site. So the header tag is like large text that helps divide into sections. So for example, I want to put the actual title of my page into my site. So I'm going to use a header tag. There's 6 different header tags, and they all correspond to different sizes. So I'm going to use the largest size just to show you, but I can obviously use other sizes as well. So maybe I'll type, this is my amazing website, and that. So you guys can see, right? So that's how the header tag shows up on your website. And you can kind of see like how easy it is just to like add content to your website. It's not any like complicated process. You just need to like learn the tags, and you can honestly make everything customizable, which is a great thing about HTML. Was anyone else able to get a header on their website? Or any issues maybe? Okay. I can also show you how the other headings look. How and you'd use different tags in different. So this is my subsection maybe, and you can see now it's still pretty big. It's not like it's like normal text on your website, but it's a little bit smaller than the H1 tag. So these are different heading tags. Then the next tag is the paragraph tag, and this is arguably one of the most important tags for a website. It's where you would put like large amounts of text, like normal size text. So now it's P for paragraph, and then close. And then does anybody have a fun suggestion of what we want to talk about on this amazing website? Anybody? Maybe, I don't know, fun text, this is a paragraph, and then we reload the page. It shows up right here. So you use these different tags to order things on your website and put a different like importance to different types of text. So the next thing we're going to be talking about are comments. So comments, for anybody who's done like any type of programming, are text within a document that's not rendered by the specific programming language that you're using. So for example, for HTML, you could use comments to remind yourself of something that you need to do later. For example, I'm working on a specific section, but I wasn't able to finish it. So I could put a comment to myself, okay, let me finish this tomorrow. Like, this is the step I was on. I need to add some styling to this. I need to add this paragraph later. So maybe you'd use a comment for that. Or if you're handing your work to another developer and you need to explain to them what you've actually done so far, that's a great place to put comments. So the way you put comments in HTML is you put an open bracket, an exclamation point, and then 2 of these dashes. And then now you can put your comment. So, or you can also close it first and then type anything you'd want. So this is a comment. I can type anything here. And if I load my page and then show you, nothing shows up, right? It's not like you could see what was in my comment on the actual page. So it's really useful to explain that, like, something that you've done to another developer or even to yourself without it messing up anything on your page. You could also comment out code that you have on your website that you don't want to use, or maybe you want to use later, but you don't want it to interrupt your current site. So those are all reasons to use comments.
Shruthi, one question I got was how to connect like all this code onto just like Google Chrome, like how to make it appear on Google Chrome.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So before you actually publish your site online, so first of all, you need to finish your like HTML document, And then there are a couple of ways to get a site online. So usually you need to register a domain, which usually costs like maybe $12 a year. So it's not like it's super expensive, but you usually need to pay that fee. And then you can upload your website onto that domain. And then you can submit your website to be indexed by Google Chrome, which means that basically if somebody types in something that resembles the name of your site or resembles the information that's on your site, people will be able to find it on Google Chrome. But yeah, does that explain what? I don't know who asked that question, but was that clear?
Actually, in terms of like finding the code after you write a little and then seeing the code that you already made, is there any easy way to do that? Or can that only be done on Atom?
Oh, you can write this HTML code in any sort of text editor. And then since you saved it as a .html, if you just open it in the browser, you can see your code right away. You can do that through any text editing software. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to a little bit of styling now because our website is looking a little bland. It's all black and it's all in this ugly font. So now we want to add some nice styling elements. So how we would add styling to our websites is by using CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. And people use CSS in conjunction with using HTML. HTML is like the backbone of our website, and CSS is like the nice styling that you put on your website. So that includes color, adding spacing to your elements, adding nice fonts, and other styling that you would see on your website. And there's two ways to use CSS in a document. You can either use it in line with the HTML, which not many developers do because it gets really clunky with your site, or you can use a separate CSS file that you would link to your HTML document. So I'll show that version today because it's a little bit more professional and it's easier to manage. So how we would do this would first to create a CSS file. So I'm going to create a new file, and then I would save it as styles.css, which is usually like the name of a CSS file. So I save that. Okay. Now I want to link my CSS file to my HTML file so I can actually start making edits to the style of the page. So if I just copy this, and I would put this in my header tag again because this is not visible. This is a non-visible element. Like connecting it to another file is not something you would actually see on your page. So I put that in the head tag. And I put in this href link, I put the name of my other file so I can actually find it. Okay. So now if I reload the page, you're not going to see anything different, but that's obvious because I haven't added any styles to my CSS page. So now we're actually going to be talking about how to add different styles in my CSS page. So the way CSS works is by using selectors. And selectors allow the CSS to find the different elements that we want to style and then change it in the way that we say. So that could mean styling a paragraph to be blue, or your whole background of your website to be like gray or a different color than white. So you do that by using these three types of selectors. The first is an element selector. So what an element selector is it edits all of the different type of tags of one type. That's a little bit unclear, but for example, if I want to style all of my H1 header tags, or if I want to style all of my paragraph tags, that would be using an element selector. So the way to write an element selector would be to just write the type of element and then brackets. So if I want to edit my paragraph tag, so I put a P because that's how the tag is for paragraph, and then I put two brackets like this. Then I could change the paragraph color, for example, the text color. So now I want to text color. So maybe I want my paragraph text to be blue, for example. So now I'd save this. It's already linked to my HTML file. So now when I reload the page, you see how this turned blue? Yeah, so I think somebody's here. Okay, so that's how you can edit your elements. There are other types of selectors as well. So for example, just editing all the paragraphs can not be exactly what you want, because for example, one paragraph, you might want it to just be a normal color like black, and then another blue, and another red. And if you edit everything in the same paragraph tag, that's not really going to be possible. They're all going to be the same color. So the way that you would go around this problem is by using class and ID selectors. So a class selector is something that you could edit the style for all tags of a certain class, and you would specify the class within the HTML document. So for example, I want to edit equal sign and then quotes, and then I can name my class whatever I want. So let's say I want to add a red class, so I can just call it red. I save my HTML, and the way I would edit that in my CSS file is classes are found by first putting a period and then the name of the class, so red, and then the 2 brackets, and then now I can change the color to red, and I'll show you how this will make my header 2 become red. So does everyone see how it became red? Okay, and I can add this class to other tags as well. It doesn't need to just be H2, which makes it different from the element selector. So for example, now that I've made my style red, I can call my header 1 red as well, and it turns red as well. So you can select any group of elements by making them equal to the same class and then styling them. The last type of selector is the ID selector. And the only difference between the ID selector and the class selector is that the ID selector can only be used for a single element, whereas the class can be applied to multiple elements. IDs are like one specific element. And you can instantiate them the same way that you would do a class. So I could put ID right here, and then I would specify my ID. So this could be maybe, I don't know, can make it spacing, I guess. And the way that you would specify an ID in CSS is by putting a hashtag and then putting the same word. Then I could make my spacing maybe 50 pixels. And I'll go through what margin means in a little bit. I just want to show you what like the power of CSS is. So this is the original website. And then now, do you see how like the spacing of this is different? So that's what you can do with styling, and specifically like an ID selector, which adds styling to a specific element. Any questions up to there?
Yeah. Is it okay if we take a 10-minute break at 3:50?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Feel free to ask any questions or anything during this time.
Yeah. Okay, no questions?
Also, if you're having a problem, you can we can let you share your screen so that like Sruthi can really understand what's going on better.
Yeah, that would be awesome actually. Okay. So yeah, I already went through how you can add colors, but not only text colors, you can also add background colors. So for example, I want to change the entire color of my website to maybe be yellow. I mean, that would be a terrible idea, but that's fine. We can show how that would work. So body, so this again is a element selector because it changes the entire, all of my body tags. I only have one body tag in my HTML document, but it would change all of my body tags if I had multiple. So I would write background color, and then I could write yellow. Okay, so now if I load this, be careful of your eyes. This might be a lot. turns yellow, okay? So you can add these different colors in the form of text and background. So then fonts. So obviously nobody wants this like Times New Roman ugly font, right? That's, if you see any professional website, they're using like nice fonts that actually like you want to look at and you're interested to read the text they have on the page. So CSS allows you to actually change the font on your page. There are different type of fonts that are already available in CSS. For example, different type of font families such as serif or sans serif, but you can also use specific fonts such as Arial or any of the other fonts that you guys are aware of. But the most important thing is you could actually use fonts online. So for example, if you go to fonts.google.com, there is a whole variety of fonts that Google already has that you can use on your page. So for example, if you just like look at this font, this is already much, much nicer than the font we have on our page. So the way we could use this font is, if we press, select this style, okay? And then I press embed, okay? Now I have this font available. And then I would again put this in my head tag in my main because you wouldn't actually see the information of the font you're using. You would only be able to use it in your CSS. So now I have this in my head tag, and then I could use the CSS rules to specify the font family. So for example, I want everything in my body to have a specific font. I could copy this, and it should let me see everything of this font. So does everyone see how the font was changed? Yep, okay. So yeah, you could change this to any font that you would like. There's like millions of fonts just on fonts.google.com, but there's obviously other sources that you could get your fonts as well. So I hope everyone is seeing like how customizable this is. Like you can literally build everything you want on your website from scratch, from the colors, fonts, spacing, any other like variety of elements. Is there any questions at this point, or should we take our 10-minute break? How's everyone feeling?
I think we can take our 10-minute break now and then take this time to just like relax and also think of any questions you have. And then always put it into the chat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take our 10-minute break.
By the way, you could also use this time, like if you're having any issues, to like share your screen, and hopefully I could try to like help you guys figure that out.
Oh, also, just a reminder that everyone is welcome to share their website at the end of the workshop. So, like, if you want to be prepared for that, you should definitely check in with any questions like now or soon.
Also, like, let me know if I'm going at a good pace, because like I don't want to leave anybody behind, but I also don't want to be like super slow and like everybody's already like way ahead. So
Wait, can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that helped like a bit, but for the style things, what is it? Could you like do the class thing? I think I missed the class thing again.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So did you create your CSS document yet?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So basically how you would use classes is in your HTML document, in whatever tag that you want to have that class, you would write class and then equals, and then you would name your class in whatever name you want between two
Okay.
quotes.
Okay.
So once you have the name of your class, then within your CSS document, to reference that class, you would put a period and then the name of that class, and then two brackets, and then whatever styling you want within those two brackets.
All right. Also, could you go like a bit slower? Like I'm kind of, it's a little bit fast, but can you slow it down like a bit, and then that'll be good. Yeah.
Tell if people like if it's a little too fast or a little too slow. But yeah, definitely I'll try to slow it down.
Thank you.
And then Emily, I think, was raising her hand.
Yeah, so I know I'm really behind. I am really behind right now. And like I'm a really beginner and I'm having trouble figuring out how to like even just open the window to like do the code in it. So like I open the window, but it says untitled at the top. And then
Right.
yeah, I was just maybe should I share my screen or I don't know. What should I do?
Well, if it says untitled, if you press Control S or Command S if you're on a Mac, then you can save the file whatever name you want. So you can name it like main and then put .html, and that will make it a HTML file. Could you try that?
Emily, you can share your screen. I changed the settings so you can quickly share your screen.
Okay. It says you cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
Oh,
Or I
let
can.
me stop share. Okay, now try.
Did it work?
Yeah,
Yeah, it works.
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm here and I started trying to okay, it worked now. So like it made the stuff because before I guess like the little tags, it didn't change the color to like red. It was just like all white, you know. So
Okay.
I can just kind of copy what you did in your thing. Is that okay? Or
Yeah, of course. Also, it might be easier if you close like the welcome tab and then the telemetry consent, because you don't need those. Like,
okay, yeah, cool.
yeah.
gonna stop. Cool.
Okay. Did anyone else have a question? I know a couple of people were having a little bit of trouble with like the Chromebook thing. Were they able to sort that out?
Great.
Gianna is raising her hands. I also think she had some trouble with the Chromebook stuff.
Oh, sorry. So like yeah, I still haven't gotten like the atom thing going, but I'm just kind of following along, and then maybe like I could email you guys after and we could like try and, because I know somebody else here was having a Chromebook thing.
So whoever had the other Chromebook, do you maybe want to help Gianna out and tell her what you did?
Yeah, please help me.
Wait, so I don't have a Chromebook. I have a PC, but I think it works for both.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you on Carrot or Atom? Because I don't know if it's different for
I'm on Carrot.
Carrot. All right. All right. So first you press File,
Okay, I'm pressing file.
and then you press Save File As.
Save file. Yeah.
And then you do whatever you want .html, like I did like index.html, and like in the name of the file. Does it work? And then you press save. I think that's what I did.
Okay. I think it worked, but it's like unexpected tag start, wait, no, unexpected start tag head and existing head, blah 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 blah. But I think that worked.
All right.
Okay. And I think Thomas had another question, so you can.
Yeah, so when I would open my HTML file on Chrome, for example, there would be like this space before my first header. So I just wanted to know how I would get rid of that.
Do you mind to share your screen so I could like see your HTML and then how the
Okay,
result
yeah,
looks?
for sure. I can't screen share while another person is.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, so can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this little space here that I just wanted to get rid of. And this is the HTML.
Could you go to class white? Interesting. Spacing. What ID did you? Okay, you applied spacing to the last one. Okay. Could you go back to the HTML? Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not exactly sure why there's a little bit of spacing before the headers. Does anyone else like see why there could be spacing?
I mean, it's not like it's a huge problem. I can just ignore it for now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little odd.
That's interesting though. Hopefully, like maybe I could help you afterwards. I'm not exactly sure why that's
Okay, I mean,
like.
it's not like it's a huge deal or anything. But I mean, everything else I was fine on.
Okay, cool. Was there any other questions or shall I continue?
And if you ever get any questions like during the time Shruthi's talking, just like raise your hand, like don't hesitate.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to lose anyone. I want to make like sure everyone's on the same page.
But if no one else has any other questions, I think everyone can come back from their break, and we can continue.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, I think Emily has a question.
Okay.
Hi. So I'm not sure if you already went over this, but like, how did you get the Chrome tab open that would like connect or like do what you coded it?
Yeah. So I went to Finder,
Okay.
and I found the HTML document right here, and then I right-clicked and then press Open with, and then selected the browser that I'm using, so Google Chrome.
Okay. So
Let me know if that works for you, by the way.
yes, it worked. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So then if no one has any other questions, then I can continue. Okay. So we already talked about this, but also in CSS, you can add spacing or size. You could also size elements. So actually, we didn't talk about this. So that means you could change like the height or width of different elements. So I don't know if anyone has seen a website where maybe one of the images is huge, but obviously that's not really like a nice size to view an image at. So you can change like the width and the height of the image. And it's also important to know like if you're using an image and then you change the width and the height to not be the original dimensions, it might be looking a little like too stretched in one way. So try to always keep the same ratio that it like the image actually is in. So I can show you how the sizing works with an image. You can also use it for like the different tags that we already used, but it'll be more clear with an image. So I'll show you that once we get into how to add images to our website. And the last styling element I wanted to talk to you today was spacing. So I already showed you a little bit of spacing with this spacing ID, but there's two types of spacing in CSS, which is padding and margin. Margin is basically spacing between this element and others, and padding is spacing within the element itself. So that might be a little bit hard to understand at first. I think a good example of that would actually be to like show you the difference in how it looks. So again, that might be a little bit difficult to actually see the difference between text. Yeah, maybe I'll show you that one later. But another thing about spacing is you can add it in a certain direction. So for example, you could add spacing to the top, spacing to the right, left, or bottom, instead of just adding spacing all around. So again, just another level of customizability. So for example, if I want to change the spacing ID to be margin left. Okay. Now, when I reload the website, do you see how like the margin on the top was removed and it actually like went up? So basically you can change that to satisfy the different needs you might need in your website. Yeah, so it's just everything just allows you to change your website exactly how you want it to be, which is really important, obviously. So any questions at all about styling and coloring? We good? Okay. So then the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually dividing your page into separate sections. So we actually already started talking about this with the head and the body tag. Yeah, so within the body tag itself though, there are other different ways to format a page. So the first way to do that is through a header tag. And this is actually really small. So maybe if I show you the slide, like you can actually see in the Newton Hacks website itself, they have a navigation bar in the top. And they probably want to keep that navigation bar HTML code separate from the rest of the body page, just so it doesn't get like too much like styling going all at once, because that can be really hard to manage. So they probably kept this navigation bar within a header tag. And then you would also see this in other websites too, like any sort of navigation bar that like every site, every page on their site has, or branding information like a logo that's on every site would go into like a header tag. And again, the point of it is to keep it separate from other elements. Yeah, does anybody have any question about a header tag or why somebody would choose to use a header tag? I can show you an example.
I think. Oh, okay. You were frozen for a second, so.
Oh, okay. So the header tag is usually the top part of your page. So now you can see like there's a header on the top of my website. And also what's interesting is this is styled blue. And does anybody know why it's already styled blue, even though I didn't do anything to the CSS document? Does anybody know why? Okay, I can tell you why. So it's because we used an element styling tag. So it means that we style all the paragraph tags that we have on our page. So that's really nice because otherwise we would have to add a class to style it with like any sort of class styling or an ID. But with the element styling, it will style any paragraph tag automatically, or any element that we already put in our CSS. So that's why it already showed up as blue on our page. Okay, so then the next part of our page could be used to be a main tag. So again, this is just another way to split up the content of your website just to make it more manageable. So it works with or without it. That's another thing I forgot to add. You don't necessarily need this tag. It just makes it easier to work with. So I can add the rest of the content of my website into a main tag. So main, and then close main. And then I can put all of my content that I already had on my page within my main tag. And you guys will see, it'll look the exact same. I don't think there should be any difference. Yeah, see, it looks the exact same. But now at least I know, okay, this is my header, this is the main body, and it just like helps find, like if I'm editing something, lets me find it easier and edit the element. Then the last part of the website, as you might imagine, is the footer. So this is another time where a brand might want to like put their logo or their social or any other type of links that they want users to click on just to have more engagement. So you could put a footer on the bottom of your site. And again, this would usually show up on all your pages because like social media links are like helpful to all users, not just on a specific page. So you can add anything you want in the footer. Remember, this is all very, very customizable. You can do things completely different than how I did. And I actually look forward to seeing how you guys split up stuff and see your websites that you guys created. But yeah, I can put maybe a huge header in the footer. So, okay, so now if I reload my page, so now you can see in the end of my page, I have a H1 tag that's just in the footer section. So now let's say I want to edit it a couple days later, and I know I want to edit the footer. So now I can go directly to my footer element and edit it there. There's no like jumble of elements that I'm confused what they do. So any questions about like formatting a page, dividing the page into different sections? I think there's some chat messages. Okay. So now I want to talk about links. So obviously, you guys have all seen websites. There are more paragraphs and headers and styling. You sometimes need to navigate to other pages within the same site, for example, a navigation bar, or you want to be put to another site to see additional information. So did I like drop out or something?
Yeah.
Okay. But everyone can hear me now, right? I'm good. Okay. Let me share my screen again. So everyone can see my screen. I don't know what happened. Okay, cool. So yes, adding links is really useful to like spicing up your site, I guess, putting more information. So how you add a link to a website is through the ahref tag. So how you use this tag is you type A, and then href helps you point to a site. So this site could either be
Okay, I think Shruti is having some technical difficulties.
once they click it, go to Google.
Shruti, you're frozen.
Okay. And then I'm frozen.
You're
now
back. Can you just repeat what you said in
Yeah.
the sentence?
Oh yeah. Okay. So the href like modifier for the A tag allows you to type in the link of like the site you want to link to on your site. So for example, if I just want to do a demo and maybe go to google.com, I type in the web address of Google in my href tag, and then I type in the text I actually want to show on my website, and then I close the A tag. So now if I load my website, there's a link right here. So I can click it and it takes me to Google. But you guys might notice something, that now my original site is gone. And that might not be the desired functionality. You might want it to open in a new tag instead, or in a new tab, sorry, not a new tag. So the way you would do that is by putting target equals two quotes and then underscore blank. And that's like a good example of why Atom is really useful. It like had that code completion ready for me. So it can save time over the long run when you're building a very, very complex site where you can just press the option and it populates already for you. Okay, so now if I go back to my website and I reload this, and now I go to Google, see how I still have my website over here. Is this covering? Okay, I still have my website over here, but now I have the link to where I press. So that's what the target equals underscore blank modifier does. Does that make sense? All right. Now, I also said that you could link to another local page that you have. So I might show you that a little bit later because I don't want to manage too many HTML files right now. I just want to go through the basics. But again, in a navigation bar, for example, where you have multiple pages of your own site, you're not going to be linking to something on the web. You're going to be linking to another page within the same site folder. So was everyone clear of how links work? Okay. I'll move on to images now. So images are really fun because obviously images let you connect to your audience better than text does, because nobody wants to sit down and read a bunch of text. So a lot of brands, especially when they're trying to sell you something, or just brands in general, will try to put images and videos on their website to help connect to their audience. So the way to put images on your site is by using the IMG tag. So we can add an IMG tag to our website. And the way you point to an image is by using SRC, which stands for source. So for example, how href in an A tag points to another website, SRC helps point to another image. So these images, again, can be either local images stored on your computer, or they can be any image on the web. So for example, I found this really nice puppy online. So I copied the image address off Google, which I actually will show you to make this not abstract. So let's say cute puppy. Okay. Now found, yeah, it can be any puppy. So now we have a puppy, and if I right click and then press copy image address right here, then we can bring that to our HTML file, put it in source. This is a really long link, apparently. And then we just need to close our image tag. And this is one of those special tags that you don't need to actually have like the opening and closing.
Okay, looks like she's frozen again. Sorry, guys. I think we're just gonna have to stay put until her internet becomes stable. Yeah.
I keep dropping out for some reason.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, did everyone like see how I added the image? Is that clear?
Maybe just, can you like start from right after you copied the like picture address?
Yeah, okay, so this is the text and add the image address into the source in notes, and then I closed the tag with a / and then end bracket. And then I reloaded my page, and I now have the puppy on my page. Okay. So I really want you guys to like go out, find some cool images, put it on your site. I'm interested to see what you guys all can create at the end of this workshop. So feel free to like get your own images and like really play around with this. It'll be a lot more exciting than me just like showing you stuff and then you copying it. But was there any questions about how image tags worked?
Do you want to give people 5 minutes to like add an image to their website?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, Ankit raised his hand. Did you have a question about something?
I think all my tabs closed for some reason.
Oh, like Google tabs when like
Yeah,
loading
all
a
my
website?
Google tabs close. Wait, so how do can I just get my thing back or?
I'm not exactly sure what issue you had specifically.
I think my computer crashed.
Did you download onto your computer what you coded
I think.
or saved it at all?
You want to share your screen to see if we can like get something back?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then Sruthi, you can stop sharing so you can share.
Oh yeah.
Do I just? Oh wait. Okay. Share. Alright, I just searched up carrot again. I don't know. Wait, do I do the files? Oh, I have it. Alright. Okay, and then styles. Alright, I think it's good then. Wait, can someone send me the link to the carrot thing?
Yeah, so actually you can do that. Or you can go into the chat again, I think. If you scroll up.
Okay. Wait.
If you can't find it, I'll just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I just put it in.
Alright, yeah.
Did you find it? Okay.
Yeah, I have it. Oh, I already have it. Alright, it's here. I have it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Emily has I'll unmute her.
Yeah, so I tried to copy or tried to get caught up a little bit, and it's not showing up on the website. Like the website is just blank. So I was wondering, like, if you could look at my code and see if you see like an issue or something.
Yeah, definitely. Do you mind to share your screen?
Yeah. Okay, so screen. Is there a way to do both or two screens or no? Okay, that's okay.
So you need to close your body tag, I think is the first thing that I see. So at the end of the document, like on line 19,
Uh-huh.
if you do open bracket and then forward slash, and then write body, and then do close bracket, save that, and then try reloading it.
Still did not work.
You can press Command S.
Command S. Okay.
And then try reloading your website.
Oh, there we go. We made it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Stop share.
Okay. Any other questions? Shall I continue then? Yes, no. Oh, okay. Ananya says she has a question.
Sorry?
I think Ananya said that she has a question.
Okay.
So I came a bit late, so I don't know the place where you wrote the code.
Oh, like the HTML file I have?
Yeah.
Okay. What I can actually do is let me just so everyone has access into a little whatever it is. And I want to make sure everyone has like something to at least show at the end. That'd be great. In the meanwhile, does anyone have any other questions? It could be about the previous tags we talked about too, not just the image tag. Yeah, during this time, you could also add like different stuff to your website too. Really spice it up, guys. Try to do something fun with it. Already seeing it close.
We have a question from Gianna.
Hi, it's me again. So like, would we have access to the slides and things like that? Because I don't know if I can remember all of that.
Shruti, her question was, I don't know if you heard it, but her question was, will she get access to the slides at the end?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd love to share it with everyone in case you missed anything, or yeah, it's just a good resource in general.
We're recording the entire session and we're gonna send that video to you guys if you want to like go back and look.
And I think Emily has a question too.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could like go over how to copy the image, like, because I'm searching up images and there's no option to like
hello?
copy it.
Is it frozen?
Can you hear me?
Gianna, do you have a question?
No, Emily's talking right now. Did you hear a question, Shruti?
Oh no, for some reason like my Wi-Fi really sucks right now.
Okay, she asked, can you just like go over how to get the image again and how to like get the source code from the image online?
Yeah, of course. So the first thing to do is obviously find whatever type of image you want. That could be just a dog, just as an example. So you go to images and then find the one that you want. Then if you right click, you should see this option to copy image address.
Okay.
So were you able to find that option?
Hey, hold on. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, just paste that into the source on the image tag and you should be good.
Thanks.
And then did Gianna have a question as well?
I think we already answered her question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I think there's no more questions, so I can continue that. So then the next section we're going to talk about is videos. So that's pretty exciting because videos really help engage with your audience and really explain what your website is about. Everyone loves to have like a human connection on their website, and videos are a great way to do that. So there's two ways to add videos. Local videos are added with the video tag, but then videos on YouTube are added with the iframe tag. So we're going to be talking about both. So the first way that we're going to talk about is local videos. So the way that you would add a local video is by using the video SRC combination tag. So if I want to add a video, I type video, okay, and then SRC. So you might notice that's the exact same way that we located an image file as well. So videos and images both use the source tag. And then let's just say my mp3.mp3. And then we can close the video tag with another video tag. And in between the video tags, what you would do is add text, and that text would show up if, for example, someone's browser was not able to load the video that you had, just so there's no like empty video on their page, because that could be definitely very confusing. So let's just say text that shows up if the browser is not working, example. And what you would actually need to do in the video tag to make sure that you can actually view the video is add controls to the video. So that means the play button, pause button, the maximization option. Obviously, those are three really important controls to any video. Yeah, anybody who watches YouTube knows like you need to play your video to watch it. So that's the importance of using controls. I do not actually have a local video file on my computer, so this is not actually going to work. But what I can show you is the how you'd use comments to comment this out if I don't have a video. So I use the open bracket, exclamation, and the 2 dashes, and the 2 dashes and close. And now this becomes a comment. So it's not going to be rendered on the website. So even though I don't have a MP3 file, there's no issue. But guys, please feel free to download a video from online and put it on your website. This is just like a demo. I want to see what you guys are able to create. The next thing I want to talk about is embedding YouTube videos, because that's a great way to have videos on your website. For example, you can upload your own video to YouTube and then just view it there. And the way we do this is actually really, really simple. And I'll show you by actually finding a video on YouTube and showing you the steps of how I would do this. So first thing I do is any suggestions for what type of video we want to put on the website? No suggestions? Okay. You can put, I don't know. Nobody has any suggestions? You can put it in the chat. Okay, we can just continue with the theme of dogs, I guess. Dog video. Then maybe put this try not to laugh video, I guess. Oh, it's a 20-minute video. Okay. So the way you would actually embed a YouTube video is with this share button. Once you press this, you can press this embed option. And YouTube is actually great. It gives you the exact code that you need to embed this video. You don't actually need to do anything. So, so I just need to copy this, and then I can embed it right into my website with basically no effort. So I'll just put this in right here. And then if I reload my page, oh, where did my page go? So now I have my try not to laugh YouTube video right on my page, and it took 2 seconds to do it. So it really shows you like how much customizability, first of all, that HTML and CSS have, and it shows you like it's not scary to start building websites. Like you guys can add really fun elements to your website in seconds or minutes. So I'm really excited that you guys came to this workshop, and I hope you guys can like take what you can take out of this workshop is like it's really easy to get started, and I hope you guys are excited to learn more as well after this workshop is over too. So if no one has any questions, the last thing before the demo is going over how lists are made. So I'll go over that, but I just want to make sure we handle any questions. No questions? Is everyone with me at least? Has anyone tried adding a YouTube video? Anything?
You can just like react with a thumbs up or something.
Okay, awesome. I see Ethan and Thomas are with us. Dheeraj is with us too. Okay, then I guess I'll finish up lists, and then I'm excited to see everyone's creations. Maybe we can give them like 15 minutes after lists to really add everything in, and then we can like go around and share what we've made. So lists are another really important part of websites. For example, a recipe website. Obviously, you need lists to describe the ingredients you need, and then the list to show the order of steps you need to follow to actually complete the recipe. So the first type of list is a bulleted list, or it's also called an unordered list in HTML because there's no numbering, obviously. And an example, like I've just said, is to put a list of ingredients. There's no like order to like what order you need to get ingredients in. You just need like a group of ingredients. So the way that you add a bulleted list to HTML is really simple. What you do is you use the unordered list tag, which is UL, so unordered list. You can also see this within Atom. Like it was able to tell me UL is unordered list, so that's really helpful as well. Then we can close the unordered list tag, and within it, we put list elements, which is what LI stands for on the slide, or list item, that's what it stands for. Now maybe the ingredients, I need apple, maybe I need oranges. Again, I'm not really sure what this recipe is, but we're gonna have a lot of fruits, I guess. Apple, oranges, and bananas, I guess. Bananas. Okay, so now if I reload my website, Why is this bar not? Okay. Reload my website. Now I have 3 bullets right here. Does everyone see that? I know it's like a little hard to see. We have a video and an image and a link right above it. Can everyone see it? Yep. Okay, cool. So that is how you make a bulleted list. And you'll find that making a ordered list is almost the same process. So again, an ordered list can be used when something actually needs to be ordered in certain steps. So the steps of recipe, obviously you need to do them in order. You can't like start with putting it in the oven and then mixing the ingredients after. That doesn't make any sense. So the way to do ordered list is just instead of UL, we use OL. List stands for ordered list. And the list items are done the exact same way with the LI tag. So the only thing you need to change is UL to OL. So I added my very, very simple recipe right here to an ordered list. And now if I reload my website, now I actually have like 1, 2, 3 like orders. So people know like the right steps to follow to make their recipe. So yeah, that's just how simple lists are in HTML. So now we're finally ready for the demo. So I want to give everyone 15 more minutes to, add like great elements to their website, do something fun, and I want you guys to show them off in like 15 minutes, or maybe if you need a little bit more time. But I'm excited to see what everyone has created. And also, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Unkit said the website was not changing. Do you mind to share your screen so I could see what's going on?
Also, Shruthi, you might have to stop sharing.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
All right. Okay. All right, so this is my screen. So when I uploaded it, it was like this, but then I've added like a lot more stuff. So I don't know how it doesn't like work. Like when I uploaded it was like this, but I try to reload and it doesn't change.
Do you mind to show the like caret file that you're working in?
Yeah, sure. Wait, can you see it or I thought?
I can't see it. I think you're only sharing like a specific screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that X on the side? Is there maybe some error there?
It says unexpected start tag token.
Okay, so that's probably like an issue. So let's scroll up. Yes, so you put it outside your body. So you're gonna want to put all your elements displayed on your page inside the body tag.
So tab?
Or no. You're going to want to cut and paste that within your body tag.
So, okay, wait.
Or you can just move body to the bottom. That's probably easier.
All right.
Yeah. And then put that under the UL at the very bottom.
Okay.
Okay. Save that, and then hopefully it should update.
Wait. Here. I'm trying to, but it doesn't work. Like, I'm seeing it like 100 times. It doesn't. I don't know what it. what it's doing.
Is HTML file? Like, what were those circles on the top of the carrot?
The circle, the eye. Oh, this? Yeah.
Like, yeah, could you try like Control S to save, just to make sure, like.
Okay. Save. Wait. No.
Wait, what happened?
Wait. Okay, wait. It worked.
Yeah, it showed up. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. All right, that was the problem. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's good. That it worked out. We have a question from Emily. I will unmute her.
So it's me again. And so I'm having issues, like my image and my video aren't showing up, and I guess it's something wrong with my code. So I was wondering if you could look at it again.
Yeah, of course. Just share your screen.
Okay, so it's here, and then.
Okay, what happened was you didn't end the comment on line 18. So after that, just do 2 dashes and then close bracket.
Okay.
And then as you saw, like the next line actually became colored. So that means like it's actually like not commented. And I think it should show up. So
Okay, let me
try that. Oh, and then I see the other issue as well.
Okay, yeah, the video worked, but the photo didn't.
So the issue is the SRC. There was no quote before HTTPS.
Okay, thank you.
And then make sure to add a quote after if you don't have a quote. And then I think it should work perfectly.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions?
I think Thomas had a question.
Okay.
Thomas, do you mind to share your screen so I could see your HTML?
Yeah, sure.
So you want to move your image under your video?
My video under my image, because right now they're like next to each other. So just for like organization wise.
Yeah, so what you can do is use a break tag, and a break tag like creates a new line. So how you do that is if you just add a new line under like line 20, and then do open bracket, BR, and then close bracket. And then if you save that, hopefully it should work.
Okay, yeah, it worked.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Oh, Ankit, yeah.
When I saved it, I don't think I can edit it anymore.
Huh,
like
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind to share your screen again?
Yeah. Like this is what I see after I save both of them. Like there's like nothing.
Can you try like file open and then like open the 2 files that you had before?
Oh yeah, maybe that. Oh, my bad then. All right, yeah. That makes sense.
I like your description, by the way.
Thanks.
Okay, I think, oh yeah, Emily, did you have a question or did we answer it?
No, I have another one. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I was wondering if you could also quickly go over the like font size, like changing the font and the colors, because I missed that?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah, it'd probably be good to go over that. So let's pull that up. Okay. So I'm gonna go back here. So basically, the best way to add like specialized fonts is to add it directly through CSS. And if you want to get like a non-default font, you can get it through fonts.google.com. So I can actually show you like through an example with another. And everything, so no there. So load fonts. Maybe I want this really interesting font. Okay, so now let's say I want this exact style. So what I would do is press this plus button and then press.
Sruthi, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. That that would not be easy to follow then. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me just start the process again just to make it more clear. So. Okay. So first, go to fonts.google.com. It'll give you like thousands of fonts that you can use. You could like search or anything, but for this purpose, we can just use a random font. So once you have a font and then you find a style that you like, so maybe I like this really big font style. So once I find this style that I like, I press this button, like plus select the style, and then it'll open a sidebar. And within the sidebar, if you press embed, it'll give you a link that you can add to the header of your HTML. So I would add that right before my head tag, my ending head tag. And then to add the CSS rule to add that font, I would go to my styles.css file, and then I could add it to any of my selectors. So maybe I want whatever class red to have this recursive font. And then if I reload my website, now I have the recursive font on my website. Did it work for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. So copy. Okay, so I copied the font into the main HTML, but I don't have a CSS one. So to do that, I just like open a new file. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you press new file and then you press Command S and then you save it as styles.css.
Okay. Yep, I have that. Okay.
And then I'm not sure what type of selector you want, but just in general, you could just use this paragraph selector. So you just write P and then an open bracket and a close bracket. And then you could add your styling inside. And if you go to fonts.google.com, it should have a CSS style for you that you can copy.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Great.
Okay.
And
what were you gonna say?
I was just wondering if anyone had any other questions or we should get to the demo.
Yeah, so we're running a little bit low on time, so we're gonna go ahead and ask if anyone wants to share now.
So does anyone want to share? If you do not want to, that's also okay.
And you guys can also share your projects with Shruthi over Slack if you want to.
Yeah, over Slack or email, whatever is convenient.
Yeah, but this is a completely judgment-free zone, so like, please feel welcome to share. We would really appreciate it. Especially Shruthi, because she worked really hard on the workshop.
So last call, anyone want to share?
Yeah, Anke?
Hey, I think I messed up the colors and the font. The font is like the X, but I have everything else, I think.
Okay, cool. And I think Thomas is gonna share too. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, I can share mine as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys can just share your screen.
Okay.
This is fine. I messed up. I forgot to do the font and the colors, but I have like a video and picture of a puppy.
That's great. It looks
Yeah.
cool.
I have ASMR.
Nice job. That's really cool.
That's super cool.
Thanks.
And then Thomas can share his screen next.
Okay. You see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is mine.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I just made everything like the purple, black,
Very
dark
nice.
theme.
Yeah, it looks awesome. How are you able to fix the like spacing issue on the top?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't. I can just scroll down and like sort of
Oh,
hide it.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
super cool though.
That's what I did.
Looks like Emily also wants to do it.
Yeah, I can share mine.
It looks really good.
Thank you. And then this is a funny like video. That's really
Welcome back to our coverage of the
yeah, he basically just gets like hit in the head a lot. So there's that.
That's super cool.
Yeah, nice. Anyone?
Yeah, anyone else?
Okay, but anyways, great job, everyone. Thank you, Shruthi, for doing this whole workshop and helping everyone. I learned a lot, and I hope you guys also learned a lot about HTML and website building overall. So some announcements we do have for next week is we have some more workshops coming up. We have an introduction to Java, and I believe Java with AI basics. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sakshi and Preeti. But those are happening next week. So stay tuned for that. You guys can register on our website. They're also up on our social media pages.
Yeah, I'm just sending the link to the Google form if you guys want to sign up right now in the chat.
Also, for anybody who's new to Newton Hacks and hasn't registered for a hackathon yet, you should definitely consider registering. It's going to be a great experience and you're going to learn a lot more and use the skills that you learned today in like practical use on the day of our hackathon. So you should really consider joining. And another thing that we wanted to say was that right now we have 50 people registered. So for those who are already registered, it would be great if you could tell like at least 2 of your friends because we're trying to get to 60 by the end of the week.
We'll share a link to the video of this whole session with you guys so that you can practice if you want to. You can also contact Shruthi or one of us over Slack. We'll also send the slides to you guys. But just last thing, we want to take a group photo of everyone.
So if you could turn on your camera, that would be great.
If you're comfortable with it. And we have your minor release form, so if you did not send your form, then it's totally okay. We will blur out your photo.
Yeah, if you can turn your camera on.
Okay, I'll do a count of 3, okay?
Yeah.
2, 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Shruthi, so much. I hope you guys all learned a lot. Hopefully we'll see you guys at our next workshop.
Yeah, we're super excited. Thank you so much, Sruthi, again, for kicking off.
Last thing, I am part of the organization, and we are planning to run a annual like high school girls competition that's like for longer term projects, like 7 to 8 months. So anybody who is interested from learning directly, like we're hoping to pair girls directly with a mentor already in the STEM field. And anyone who's hoping to like really grow and increase their software development skills, I would highly encourage you to participate in this. Yeah, so I can share you guys the details if you're interested for that too.
So thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave when you're ready.
Thank you.
Right.